We made a fast but fantastic overnight trip flying from Rhode Island to Chicago to celebrate one more graduation. Since we arrived a day early, we took the opportunity to explore the Windy City. Our morning kicked off with breakfast at Lou Mitchell's, a century-old staple. Then it was on to Willis Tower, once the tallest building in the world. We zipped up to the 103rd floor skydeck and took in sweeping views of 4 states. Any fan of Ferris Bueller's Day Off will recognize these iconic windows. It was fun to stand right where Ferris, Cameron, and Sloan once did in the 80s. Then came the ledge, a 1.5-inch thick glass box that juts 4 feet off the tower. Alex strolled right out, but had to coax me onto it. And from the skydeck, we spotted our next destination. We made the 2-mile walk through Chicago's beautiful downtown, took in the sights along the way, dipped our hands in Lake Michigan, and finally arrived at the iconic Shed Aquarium, home to over 32,000 animals and visited by nearly 2 million people a year. I loved the dolphins, sea otters, and architecture. That evening, we met up with my eldest daughter, Maddie, and her dad, Jason, who also flew in. For several of us, it was our first taste of true Chicago deep dish pizza. Yum. And the next morning was the big event. Our youngest, Peyton, had spent 19 days at Naval Station Great Lakes, going through new student indoctrination. Think of it as intense onboarding for the Navy. She was trained in the foundations of war fighting, and today was graduating as a midshipman. We had a moment to honor veterans. I love any excuse to celebrate Alex and his service in the Navy many moons ago. Then more than 700 midshipmen marched into the hangar in tight formation. It was a breathtaking picture of grit, perseverance, strength, and bravery. And I couldn't keep it together. And then came the Midshipman's Oath of Office, a powerful, solemn promise to defend the Constitution and serve our nation. We were overjoyed to celebrate Peyton's achievement and couldn't have been prouder. Completing this intense 19-day indoctrination was no small feat. It marked her first official step into Navy life and laid the foundation for the leader she's becoming. Not long after the ceremony, she was wheels up, heading back to Texas for some much-deserved rest and recovery. What a whirlwind and wonderful trip to Chicago.